Hi, and welcome to Demon Hunter Paranormal. I am Daniel Farrell, the founder and lead investigator. Today I want to give a talk on cats and their connection to the spiritual realm. As we know, our little four-legged friends are a bundle of joy. They're fun to have around, they're great companions, they're lovable. We love the way they act around us, we love the comfort they give us, and how playful they are. They bring us gifts, birds, squirrels, maybe a mouse or a rat, but they're very good for rodent control. They are protective of us. But what else is there to them? There's more to cats than what we just perceive them as. There's more to them than just being pets. And I have had a talk with a friend who at one time told me they feel like their cat, after it passed, came back and visited them. They saw it hanging out by the house where it always hung out. And this is true. You might see your cat again after it passes away. It might come back as a doppelganger. There's a few signs that your cat may be present after it's passed away. One of those signs are you may see its fur again just show up around the house. You may smell its scent. You may hear it purring or its meow. One of the big things, though, is if you're out and about, outside, and you get surrounded by butterflies. That is a sign that your cat is there, present, watching over you, and still giving you protection. And if we go back to ancient Egypt beliefs, and I'm going to touch on one god, one goddess, and a cat god from ancient Egypt. And I'm just going to briefly touch on them, but I will definitely get more involved with that in another talk. But if we go back to ancient Egypt times, cats have been around since the beginning of time. We have Ma, M-A-U, and Ma was believed to be the divine cat who was the personification of Ra, and Ma guarded the tree of life. Not only was that it, but Ma was present at creation. They embodied Ra, the protective aspect of Ra, and were considered amongst his greatest defenders. And why is that important to know? Because we know the ancient Egyptians loved their cats. They thought their cats as royalty, they thought of their cats as magical, and they believed their cats were connected to the other side, to the underworld. They believed their cats would take them through. I mean, you have your god Anubis, that is there to guide you through the underworld. Not only did the ancient Egyptians believe they were magical, but they showed a lot of respect to their cats, not only for their hunting skills and killing skills of rodents, snakes, and protecting their crops, but also for their companionship and their loyalty to them. And cats have a magical feel about them anyway. When you look at a cat, you can tell it's seeing more of you than what you see of yourself. A cat almost seems as if it can peer into your soul and see what's going on. And just like any other animal, it can sense things before we sense them. Cats have a closer connection, though, than, say, a dog would to its owner coming close to death. Dogs may show some signs, but cats have several signs that show this. One sign is anxiety. Their anxiety will go up. They'll start acting very distraught. They may, if your cat's independent, start wanting to be around you more, and then get to the point they don't want to leave your side. May sleep with you every night. They may start bringing you more gifts and just laying on your lap or right next to you. And these are signs that you can look for. As cats become more clingy to us, that means they're sensing something. And of course, we have our goddess Bastet, or Bast, who is the goddess of cats, the daughter of Ra, who cats represent. He sees the benefit of the sun. which, of course, as we know, benefits of the sun is life on Earth. So cats have always had a major role, starting with the ancient Egyptians. And I want to say 1980 BC was when they were first brought into ancient Egypt as becoming and looked at as a god. So with them being connected to the spiritual realm, it's almost as if they got one paw here on earth to protect us and watch over us and guide us through our journey here. But then they have another paw on the other side that when we leave this world in our human vessels, they guide us through the underworld or our journey to wherever you believe you're going. Because everybody has their own beliefs, so cats could be there to guide you through it. Now, we are also going to look at the fact that cats, their eyes and the way they look at us and see us. Many people do believe cats can see into your soul. They believe they can see what you are, and this is true, as I believe. Such as dogs, but I think cats have more of a sense of it. Being able to tell if somebody's good, if somebody's bad, if somebody's out to get you. Cats have a higher sense of this. Cats are able to read people. Cats can sense the vibe of people, their energy, more so. So cats do have a connection to this, to the universe, that we as humans just don't have. And I believe that's why the ancient Egyptians looked at them so much as magical creatures. Now, I will get into more of Ra and Bastet and Ma in another talk when we talk about the gods of ancient Egypt. And Anubis will also be brought into that, as he is connected with cats, as he does in ancient Egypt, is believed to guide you through the underworld and guide you to your next life, which is what, of course, that's what cats were there for. And the reason why not only did the Egyptians hold their cats in high standards and treat them like royalty, and when I say treat them like royalty, their cats wore jewelry. The cats slept in the same beds as their owners. The cats ate off the same plate as their owners. Same food as their owners. They weren't given little cat food or little scraps. They were given full meals. Cats were held. Cats were very highly well treated, and the Egyptians believed if you anger the cats, then you would anger the gods. So they were very careful on how they treated their feline friends. And today we should still be careful with how we treat them, because we really don't know if this connection to the gods and to the universe and to Mother Earth could really exist. They could have a connection to Hades and the underworld. But as we go through and think about it, cats are very peculiar in the way they do things and the way they watch us and the way we move. If you do own a cat, pay attention to it. When you're moving around and walking, it might look like your cat just turned its head looking cute at you, but what it's really doing is make sure that you're okay, making sure that you're still moving correctly, make sure that your body is still acting right. We can get more in, I'm going to get more into depth on cats in another talk of their behavior with us ourselves. But right now I just want to talk about their more of the connection of them to the spirit realm. The Egyptians, when their cats passed away, mummified their cats. So the cats were, like I said, were high royalty to them. They were mummified, they were treated as if they were pharaohs. And if you want a good read, the Book of the Dead, it talks about the protective function of the cats and what their roles were and how they were perceived and looked at. Goddess Beset has the head of a cat and the body of a female. In ancient Egypt, as early as 1980 BC, as I said before, it could have been earlier than that, but that's when they were definitely put into their social and religious aspects of life with it. Cats were also a valuable asset to them for many other reasons than just, being a companion and protector. Protected them, protected their fields. It was kind of a social status depending on the cat that you owned. And it goes back to where they believed they were magical and the sense of mummification. Cats were thought to be royalty. They would be buried with the pharaohs. This way the pharaohs and the cat, their companion, could stay together in the afterlife. But when a cat did pass away in ancient Egypt and the mourning period begun for them, they would actually shave their eyebrows off, and their mourning period would not end for that feline until their eyebrows grew back. So, when we think about cats in the spiritual realm, we need to think about what they actually can see and do for us. And I like to refer back to the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves, which, in the scene where he was helping the detective see where her sister was after she had leaped off that building, he grabs the sister's cat and puts himself feet in water, barefoot in the water, holds the cat and just stares down into its eyes. And then at this time you see the cat took him into the other side, into the underworld, into hell, to get the proof that that's where her sister in fact was. Cats have the sense of seeing through us. They can see things that on the spectrum that we just don't see. And I do believe cats are on the other side. I do believe they come back to visit us, whether it be in the group of butterflies, whether it be we see their, well, I guess we would consider a doppelganger, but I believe it's their actual spirit coming back to see us because they're able to come back and forth. Hence, the Egyptians believed in that. And that's why you have the cats believe that they had the 9 lives, because the Egyptians believed that the cats would keep coming back. And the reincarnation period of them. So, what are your thoughts? And that's what I would like to know. What are your thoughts on the cats in the spiritual realm? What are your thoughts on the ancient Egypts and the way they treated their cats and the way they believed things? And, of course, the goddess Bastet, the goddess of cats, the daughter of Ra being the sun, the god of the sun, which is life on earth. And then the cats being magical in their own sense. And we know with the magical, even in today's world, in today's times, even going back into the Dark Ages, witches, they had their familiars. And of course, Hollywood, when you watch movies, normally the familiar is always a cat, which is not the case. The familiar picks you. But cats are known to be the most familiar used because of their cunning ways, because of them having that aspect and being able to see into the other side. Even while they're alive here on earth, being able to look onto the other side, being able to sense things that are coming, the danger that's coming, the death that's coming, or the life that's coming. So please leave a comment, any questions you have, and we'll get back and we'll answer them as fast as we can. And if you enjoyed this talk, please join me again on my next talk as I go further into the connection of cats of Ma, Ra, and Bastet. I'm going to touch a little bit more on that one and exactly what the roles of those gods were and how the cats play into those roles of it. But thank you for joining us today. I am Daniel Farrell from Demon Hunter Paranormal here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And again, we do live talks. If you would like to reach out to us and would like us to come give a talk on the supernatural, cryptoids, cryptids, just paranormal, we are open and available for that. So please contact us. Again, it's at gmail.com, demonhunterparanormal@gmail.com, or Instagram at demonhunterparanormal, and you can just send me a message there. Thank you for your time and joining us today.